Hello.
What up?
Okay, like starting in a few minutes. At 1 viewers, I assume that's you though.
It me.
And the delay on this is just by like a couple seconds. It seems like.
I think say the exact number that the thing is on at some point.
It's at 159, 158, 157.
Yeah, 5 seconds.
Oh, 5 seconds. Okay, that's a bit more than I thought. That's not too bad though.
Yeah, it's not horrible. I feel like we've managed the that well in recent history. Would you like an update on the scores and the people who are participating in this game?
Sure.
So out front, we've got Miku, who has 60.1 points and is currently sitting in fifth. And then we have Perkoid, who is in seventh with 13.6 points, is currently 25 points ahead of the player in eighth, which is Kenny. However, what I guess we really need to keep track of is how far ahead of ninth they are. So Don Lapa is at negative 24, and they are 37, actually closer to 38 ahead of ninth. So would need to get minus 38 to slip out of semis for Perkoid. And then we have Fomataku, who is at negative 37.3. So is currently 25 points behind eighth place. Okay. And then we have Amiona, who is at negative 108, is currently 96 points out of eighth.
You know, this just occurred to me. I never really looked at Homotaku's name before. Is that fear of missing out otaku? Is that a pun? I just read that as being like a foreignish sounding name.
That is possible. It might be fear of missing out otaku.
Because his name is Ipego also. That's also a pun. So maybe he just has a thing for puns. But yeah, I don't know. I just it just occurred to me right now. But yeah, so this game seems like it's pretty like if Miku dominates here, then that could really make it easier for people like Kenny and Don Lapa. Like if Miku pushes down Homotaku and Perkoid, that could be really good for Don Lapa getting a chance to be in the semis. But otherwise, it's a chance. Perkoid can easily make it into the semis just by not losing too many points, and Homotaku can also easily push up into the semis with a good performance here. We'll just see how it goes. Or Amiona could ruin everything, could just totally flip everything upside down by running the table here. So we'll see.
I'm currently handing a situation with the match. So you start out handling the commentary on your own here.
Okay, and I actually better shut down Discord because there was a comment that they could hear the beeps, so I should just shut this down entirely. Okay, all right. So let's see what the hands look like. People are playing pretty fast, actually. Homotaku starting out with a pretty nice looking hand here, and getting a great draw with the 3-pin. In Ishan 10, Miku also having some pretty decent shapes there, but maybe a bit slower, holding on to that Dora Hatsu, and Perkoid just dropped it. We can only see two of them. Miku drops it as well. And Amiona actually has a nice simples hand. Well, it's almost a simples hand. Could become actually needs to draw. What would be really good for Amiona is drawing a 2 or a 5 and also drawing a 6 to turn that into a simples pinfu. More likely either end up with like a Shampoo weight on the 3/4 or just a pinfu hand with a 2/5 weight, or could it go Ipe? A lot of ways that hand could develop. It's very nice shapes there. Looks like it's Homotaku and Amiona who are kind of eating here. Although Miku just got a very nice draw. And actually Miku is pretty close, but has that bad like double penchant shape. Kind of tough to work with that. Miku kind of needs to either drop off both of those ones or really could at least drop one of those. It's hard to imagine drawing 2-3 there. They're probably not going to be able to use. I guess could end up a Champon weight on 1-2 wouldn't be too bad. Oh, and Homotaku getting the tile he needs. Is this no? Yeah, this actually can be Sanshoku if he gets to Tuso. Actually, didn't see that he had a chance for Sanshoku here. So this could be actually a very big hand to start with. Pinfu.
Oh yeah, that's very nice. As dealer, like that's huge.
Yeah, could easily reach. So this would be Pinfu plus Sanshoku's base 3 Han along with the Richi, mix it base 4 Han, can easily reach 6 to get Hanuman, which would be absolutely massive as dealer. Really nice way to start out these games. Perkoid holding on to a few of those weights. Miku having one of them. Perkoid having. Oh, is this the issue that you were dealing with?
Yeah, Perkoid DC'd.
Okay. Oh, and that's a Yakulus. Yeah, Miku has a Yakulus Champon weight here, and Richi's after that drops. Okay. That is a decent weight. That is perfectly good to Richi on.
Well, both of the ones are gone. Oh, that's really so. Perkoid DC'd and basically immediately dealt in before I was able to get to the pause.
That's too bad. Yeah, I guess that can happen. Like, we can't necessarily be here to pause it all the time. So if someone DCs, then like we just have to accept that.
Yeah, for anybody who is a member of the tournament who watches or is watching this, be sure to ping both Bill and I, because especially if Bill is streaming, it's harder to see the notification. And if I am not pinged, it takes me a little bit longer to get to it. So
right. Yeah, normally I'd be pretty good about doing that, but if I'm streaming, yeah, it is kind of hard to be looking back and forth. I kind of am relying on ennui to take care of that stuff. So is this going to take like a few minutes?
Yeah, it is still paused.
Oh, okay. Oh boy. Okay, so it's going to be a few minutes here. But yeah, that's really bad. Like, yeah, Perkoid can't help that. But I mean, yeah, it just happened too quickly. We couldn't get there in time. We just have to accept that result. That's something that happens in ranked too. It's a lot worse in ranked actually, because you'll lose entire matches due to DCing, and they'll ban you for it, like bastards.
Right. And you can't pause.
Yeah, that's just adding the insult to injury, banning you for. But that wasn't the Sanshoku, right?
It was.
Oh, it was.
The two hit the Sanshoku. That's why it was 11,600. If it had been 5, it would have been a much less painful deal in.
Well, hold on. So that was Sanshoku Pinfu. So it was just a 4-Han hand. Okay.
Yes.
I guess I was expecting it to. I guess that somehow I was expecting it to be more.
Well, Sumo would be 5 Han, right? And then you just need 1 Ura for Hanuman. So
yeah. For some reason, I was just expecting something there. I was expecting at least 1 Ura for some reason. I just had a feeling, mystical feeling. Okay, are they still paused?
It is still paused.
Oh,
so we will be here for a minute.
Oh, that's too bad. Yeah. I think if it takes too long, we're just gonna have to start it up again. But
let's see.
Yeah.
It's.
I guess we can also just ask the players if they're okay with waiting. But at some point we do have to start it up again.
It's kind of a funny situation. I'll explain here in a minute. I think Perkoid might not be able to get back in because it's paused. So let's see here.
Okay, yeah. And it's not going to be his turn to start with, so maybe there will be a bit of time.
Yeah. So I just unpaused it. I'm gonna give it like 10 seconds and pause it again and see if that.
Okay. There's going to be some serious delay. Boy.
Yep, that was causing an issue. So it took a little bit to get the internet back up, but then
Mm,
when Turquoise joined,
mm,
it's like it's at 100%, but it's not letting me in. And
yeah.
so a new lesson: if it's paused between hands,
Mm.
the player's not going to be able to sit at the table. So
Yeah, and that's so unfortunate. Like Homotaku just has to take those points, but can't feel good about it. So like, yeah, it's just an unfortunate situation, like all around. We really want it to be, if a run happens, we want it to be legitimate. Oh well, that's them's the breaks. Gonna have these. I was gonna have these issues with online tournaments.
the two so honestly, it could have come out of Percoid's hand at some point.
Sure.
It might not have, like,
Mm.
you never know the way things are gonna turn out, but it wouldn't have been a totally unreasonable discard.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not. Yeah, who knows? Like that. I mean, that's another thing. Is like if it comes out of his hand, then it still could have come out of his hand. So like, yeah, that would have been totally like the better way to win from an honest discard. But yeah, and if he hadn't discarded it, he'd have three of them there. But still, the five might have come out. Uh, right, we can see two of the fives, three of the twos, but still, it's just one game. Percoid still has an advantage here to make it into the semifinals. I just hope he doesn't get like a negative attitude towards the game based on the start. It's not a great way to start out.
We're looking at a 9-minute total length, for the pause, so I don't know
Okay.
when we got to the pause, but
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a little bit here. That's fine. And just chill out. Wait,
yeah, that I am kind of interested in that Ricci by Miku. 2 ones and 2 twos.
mm,
Like, it's not a horrible Champon weight. It's very easy to end
mm,
up with a Suji trap of
mm,
some sort, but you're chasing the dealer. Your
right.
hand doesn't have a ton of value, and
Hmm.
the one mana are already dead. So
Right. So are the one monolith? There's not one left.
no, there's one hidden in Amiona's discards.
Okay, just we can't see. Okay, yeah. I wonder if Miku may have miscounted. Is I feel like the reason to do this may be for the Gembutsu. Um, even though it would be there would only be one left if Amiona hadn't discarded it. Um, yeah, I feel like the time to reach you was before that. Like it was. I guess it's sort of like a psychological thing where you hold off on the Rishi and then your tile comes out and then you have the decision to Rishi or not. So it's like I should have Rishi'd before, and that kind of makes you want to Rishi because you're considering that you would have just won. You know what I'm saying? Something like that.
100%. I do that all the time. I'm always telling myself like, uh, but I mean, one of the things about mahjong is you kind of
Hmm.
have to learn to ignore all of those sorts of
Yeah,
thoughts.
yeah, right. Yeah, it's very difficult to do. Like, yeah, that's like the psychological element of the game. Where it's like, okay, there is a backfire right now. That doesn't mean that I should like respond to that.
Right.
Um, we can go on to the next round here. But overall, Mika's been playing really well, doing well in this tournament. Um, and doesn't have to do too much to go on to semis after this. Oh, we're still on pause here, huh? It asked me to confirm.
I paused it. I paused it again
Oh, right, right,
to make
right.
sure that Perkoid got in because of the weird thing with the loading screen.
Right. Oh, look at Homotaku's hand here. Pretty nice.
Oh
Pretty
yeah,
beautiful.
beautiful start as dealer.
And let's see here. Also, Miku having a pretty decent hand. A little bit of garbage in there, but what to do. Amiona's hand not looking that great. It does have a Dora in there. Dora and some halfway decent shapes.
Yeah, I mean, a
Uh
potential for a 1-2-3 Sanshoku.
oh yeah, that could come out for sure. Yeah,
Could get a Sanshoku Chanta kind of deal going on over there. A lot of possible value.
yeah. It's kind of sucks to be going for like the 1, 2, 3 Sanshoku as opposed to like 2, 3, 4 or 3, 4, 5 or something.
No, absolutely.
Just having to maintain those penchant shapes the whole hand.
And we'll see how the draws treat Fomataku
Yeah.
because, I mean, really, dealer having only one honor
Hmm.
to start the hand and everyone else having four
Hmm.
should give Fomataku a pretty clear advantage at the start, but we'll see.
Right. And Perkoid, I think, got some good draws. Looking pretty shaped up. Hand's pretty shaped up pretty nicely there. So I think anybody here really has a good shot at putting together a hand quickly.
Yeah, I think Fomataku just might have made a small efficiency mistake there, discarding the 9 peen.
Hmm.
The 9 mon is kind of unnecessary. It doesn't add any acceptance to the hand.
Right.
Whereas
Yeah.
the 9 peen was a part of the 799 shape,
Right.
made that a better shape, but has now gotten rid of the 9 mon in favor of the 4
Hmm.
so. So we'll see if Fomataku can gain anything attached to that 4 so.
Yeah. Oh, and Perkoid. I was just saying Perkoid might had a hand that was shaping up quickly. That's a lot quicker than I expected.
Yeah, those draws were absolutely magical for Perkoid, and I like this Champon weight. The
Hmm.
2 mon and the 9 so, like,
Right.
the 2 mon isn't totally unreasonable, and
Mm.
they're both still out, and there's only one 9 so left. So it's really easy for someone to use it,
Right.
but it's also very easy for someone to toss it away. It should it
Yeah.
seem like a safe discard.
Yeah. And unfortunately, both Amiona and Miku are probably would use it. So it may be hard to get that 9. So the 2 mon is is perfectly fine as a weight though. And getting that early Ricci, it's going to be hard for people to continue fighting against it the whole round.
Yeah, I mean, Fomataku already as dealer has thrown away that beautiful 6/6/7 mon shape. So
Right.
at the very least, that Ricci slowed people down.
Yeah. And this probably is not going to be that valuable of a hand. Just Ricci Dora could get up to Mangan maybe with some luck. We'll see. Oh, and drawing the 5 there. So yeah, Homotaku kind of hard to deal with that Dora, that 7 so Dora. But now is one away, a really bad one away. Well, I
A really
guess.
bad one away, but was able to incorporate the Dora into hand, which
Yep.
using the last 9 so that's bad news. We can see all of Perkoid's winning tiles in hands currently. It is
Mm.
Amiona's pair, is
Oh.
the 2 mon, and Fomataku has the final 9 so.
Mm. So yeah, probably just go to exhaustive at this point, but we'll see. I kind of doubt that Amiona is going to throw away either of those 2 mon. I guess it could happen. Oh, is Homotaku going to take this Ricci? No, just going to go into. Oh! Threw away the 9 so.
Oh, that's
I mean, that was Suji. Oh, 3
Suji
Ura.
to the 6 Oh, wow.
Ura-san. That changes things quite a bit. It kind of undoes to some extent the start of the game.
Yeah, that's just bonkers. The Mahjong gods were like, you know what, we can do something about this.
Yeah, and I feel like Homotaku threw that away as like what looked like the safest tile that he had. But yeah, it just dealt into that Champon weight that can't really be predicted.
Yeah. Well, so this is a Fomataku had a couple of perfectly safe tiles that
Mm,
just would have come from shapes, but was not accepting the tempai anyway. So I a lot of times when we deal in, it's
mm,
because we're like half trying to move forward, but
yeah.
half trying to play defense. And really, you have to commit one way or the other. If you're going to play defense all the way. Play the safest tile you have. If you're going to
Right.
push forward as good as you can. Like throw
Well,
away the slightly more dangerous tile. Like
well, there is some nuance there, certainly.
there's nuance, but Fomataku took a step in neither direction, and that is
Right.
the issue. Did not accept
Yeah.
tempo
Yeah.
and did not play the safest tile.
There's good Mawashi and bad Mawashi, basically. And like when you're that near the end of the game, and the chances of getting into tempai are so low, um, like yeah, but
Ooh, five Han for Miku. You got to
yeah,
take this pawn. You got
yeah,
to take this pawn.
yeah, and that's I mean, there's no reason not to take. Well, I guess it's just yeah, that's just a solid. That's just a 1-4 weight. Yeah, I'm trying to think of a reason not to take it. It's
And
100%.
and once again, we can see all of the ones.
Yep. And they could come out if Amiona or Percoid gets another pair that seems better. They could easily just drop those ones, trying to move into simples or whatever. Oh, and it instantly happens. Yeah, I think drop the one in favor of the 8s there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so yeah, Miku. So I wonder if one of those scenarios that I presented is going to happen, where Miku just kills everybody and like opens up the floor for semis.
It could happen. I mean, it is East 2 of
Yeah.
the first of 3 matches, so we'll see. But
Yeah, we'll see. We're just waiting for this 10 repeat. Everybody go negative. Hmm. This hand that Miku's got here doesn't really seem to have much potential though, but could open up and get a really cheap hand just to keep the dealership potentially. Could accept some Dora. I don't know about accepting that. Oh no. I kind of feel like keeping those Chun as safe tiles would be more advantageous for Miku specifically.
yeah, this hand's kind of awkward. It's not really going to get any more value.
Yeah.
And we don't have 5 blocks yet, so
Mm-hmm.
I probably would have passed on the first tune,
Mm-hmm.
and whether I take the second tune or not would be based on when it comes.
Right. Yeah. Like if you can call it into Ishanten, may as well take it. I guess. Like try and get the unless someone else has opened with something expensive or something, you could probably just like ignore it. But yeah, really depending on the situation. But it's pretty decently close here. I guess 2-way. 2-way, end of the first row with a hand that can open. It's not too bad, but yeah, it's really nice to have those safe tiles when you have the option to play really defensively. Hmm. Well, that's Ishanten. Ishanten with maybe a weight on the 9-pin.
Yeah, and this could become Chanta.
Sure. Oh yeah. So they could get some. Oh, the 7-pin deals in to Homataku on a Yaku high hand. Yaku high with Dora.
Yeah,
Okay.
and the 7 pin should not be discarded here. The 9 mon should.
Yeah, this is Tenpai. Tenpai waiting on the 8 pin just to end this hand.
Yeah, and Amiona in a really bad situation over there. Those are just really unhappy tiles to be holding because
Yeah.
if they get to Tenpai, they're going to throw away either the 7 or one of the 8s. And,
Right.
and there it goes.
Yeah, that's too bad. But now it's Amiona's dealership. It's time to score points. Time to score some points and show people how it's done. Maybe get a close Sanchoku here. Just draw the right tiles. Get that 6, 7, 8 or 7, 8, 9.
7, 8, 9. It looks like is what we're. Well, I guess yeah. Since we have the sixes in so, can really do either one.
Yep. Yeah, could get 7, 8, 9 Junshan, Sanshoku. Trying to add in as many Yaku as possible because Amiona needs to kill everybody.
Yeah, I feel like. Do you spend as much time thinking about like every single like obscure, unlikely Yaku that you could get when you play?
Well, I mean, if I was in this position, I probably would. But no, I mean, I mean, the idea of getting even Sanshoku here, like, it seems pretty unlikely. I mean, it's certainly something you can keep in mind. But yeah, I mean, it's more likely to just become Pinfu, which is fine. And even for Amiona needing big hands, as dealer, it's fine to get a cheap hand. But
Yes, for sure.
certainly it doesn't hurt to say, okay, this might become Junshan, it might become Sanshoku, etc. So long as you don't kind of let that guide you too much.
Yeah, you don't want to be myopic
Yeah,
in any way.
right. It just comes into the calculation of what tile is most valuable, and it may make a penchant be a little bit more valuable, but that doesn't mean you necessarily want to keep that penchant.
All
Just
right. And Perkoid has Reachied
mhm.
on Pinfu. Just Pinfu.
It's
A
not.
chill
Oh yeah, it's got that 9 in there, so it's not simples. Yeah.
three mon or six
Mm.
mon.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get Ura. Maybe we'll get Sumo, but can't really get more than a Mangan here. And far away is Amiona's is still 2 away. I wonder how much is she. She kind of needs to push. I think. Could dropping the 1. So I feel like Amiona's folding here.
Or just trying to
Could be going for
I don't
simples, I
know.
guess.
Who knows? It is a mystery to me.
Mm. Yeah. Amion needs to make up so much points that may be clouding the decision making here too.
And that would be a perfectly reasonable thing to be
Yeah,
happening.
yeah. It's like it's like when you're in a South game and you lose like the first hand, and the whole rest of the game you're just playing really aggressive, even if that kind of psychological impact. You may do things that are not ideal just because you have that in the back of your mind the whole game that you're just trying to make up the points.
And on this hand, the Dora is the 6 mon.
Mm-hmm.
If the Haku comes out, are you calling it as Perkoid here?
Well, I think maybe. I mean, I wouldn't call that, but the Haku seems kind of reasonable. It would be a call into
Mhm.
2 Shanten, but being dealer, I don't know. I feel pretty confident that it's likely you can win this cheap hand. I don't know. I think
Yeah.
I'd have to think about that when it came like. But this is a call into Tempai. So well, hold on. So I guess if that had been done in reverse, then it would have been a call into Ishanten. That would have been fine.
I don't mind the 1, 2, 3 chi as much,
Hmm.
since that was kind of a hard shape to deal with, and
Hmm.
you do sort of get the sense that the
Hmm.
white dragon should come out at some point.
Hmm.
But the I wasn't a huge fan of the 7 peen discard right away. Like the
Mm.
9 so was kind of a more obvious immediate discard.
Right.
It would have come out
Yeah,
eventually, but
yeah. I guess that makes sense. Like cheating the 1, 2, 3. That doesn't really hurt you that much necessarily in terms of safety because you can those Haku are actually pretty safe to discard the pair of Haku, depending on what happens later on.
oh,
Um,
this rolling this extra 2 is gonna hurt Famataku, I think.
yeah, yeah,
Do it.
that seems pretty likely to come out. Oh, and is it going to come out? Well, now it's making a Kanchan, so maybe that will save it. Or well, what's the shape look like? It's a 5, 6, 7, then a 2, 3, 4, and a 2, 4, right? So that is a Oh, and switching away from the Tumon weight into Shampoo. But Homotaka still has one of those, and may drop it right now. Yeah.
Well, may drop the Apine.
Yep.
Yeah. Getting rid of the Pinchon.
Yep. That wasn't bad though. I mean,
It
that
is
is
it
nice.
is funny though. Since Fomataku got that Sanshoku from
Mhm.
Perkoid while Perkoid was DC'd,
Mhm.
Fomataku has dealt into Perkoid 3 times.
Yeah, it's just karma. This hand looks pretty good despite having 3 pairs. Pretty nice hand.
Oh yeah, I would
Oh,
not be unhappy to see this hand at all.
for the pawn on the ones, I'm not sure I understand. I guess going for a Junchan here.
Must be. It's
Yeah,
the only option. Toss to the 6.
yeah. I feel like I wouldn't go for that. It seems a bit much.
The players here seem to be like just really. I mean, they are opening their hands with the expectation they are going to get their Yakuhai,
Yeah.
which sometimes you will, but
Mhm.
sometimes you won't. I mean, if I'm playing against people and I see them open,
Mhm.
especially with something like pawning the ones, I'm a lot more hesitant to discard Yakuhai after that point because I don't wanna help somebody
Right.
get to a Tenpai or deal into a bad Atazuki weight.
I do feel like this hand here. I don't know why. I don't know about that 7 discard. I feel like the West is a better discard there for Junshan. But I actually don't mind going for Junshan here because having all of these pairs that are easy to pawn makes it pretty good to go for Junshan.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I don't mind going for Jun-chan either. I'm more talking about Fumitaku in this case.
Oh right, right, right. Oh, Homotaku, yeah, opening on the 4, 5, 6. Oh, and now Perkoid in Dama, or well, not Dama, open hand for Chanta.
A nice little weight with the 1 mon and the 9, no, the 1 so and the 9 mon.
Right. This is like a worthless hand. Um, not. I guess that's the one thing that I think is bad about this opening on the opening for the Junchan is just how low value it is. No
Well,
real way to add value.
especially when it became a Chanta.
Yeah, yeah, especially becoming a Chanta. But even if it wasn't, it would be a 2-Han hand. No way to raise it up to a 3-Han hand, really, except for a Khan or something. Um, so yeah, I mean, it gives you another dealer turn, but that's basically it. So I feel
Okay.
like
Fumitaku is Tenpai. Okay, yeah, got the sumo. I was just about to start counting all of Fumitaku's weights because there were several.
yeah, so, but to talk about that, like I feel like a lot of times people will, when they're dealer, they will really like overvalue getting another dealer turn because I feel like Perkoid could have actually gotten a fair amount of value there with that starting hand. It's a pretty good starting hand. Um,
Just letting it be normal.
yeah, just let it be a normal hand and go for Ricci Pinfu. Maybe pick up Dora, stuff like that. I guess it's hard to get Dora there because it was the like the East or something like that. Um, yeah, so maybe the fact that you can't pick up Dora makes it better to go for Junshan there. Yeah, I think definitely could consider just going for a hand that you can keep closed. Try and get at least up to like 3 Han or so. But I don't know. You can also just
And
go for
now we have a
Junshan.
hand where instead of the Yakuhai wind
Hmm.
being the Dora, we now have a guest wind, the North, as Dora.
Oh right, right, right. Yeah. So who's North? So Perkoid is North but doesn't have any.
Yeah,
Uh,
Nami already discarded 2.
Oh yeah. Amiona discarded 2 north. So what do the hands look like here? Does anyone have? Looks like Miku has a really nice hand actually.
And Fomotaku also has a very nice hand.
Yeah, it's a little bit like oh, and just Ricci. Okay, is this a simple Pimpu? No, got the 9 in there. Got the 9 in there. Waiting on the 4/7. So yeah, just going to end it very quickly actually.
Yeah, got Fatsu.
Oh, and got it Ura as well. Okay, yeah, that actually makes it pretty sizable. All right, well that ended quickly. Quick look here. I'll look at the chat here real quick. Oh, there's nobody in the chat.
Yeah, I'll let you know if something interesting happens in the chat.
Okay. All right. So what's going on here? Doesn't look like anyone's got a great hand. Homotaku's hand looks kind of garbage. And Perkoid has what, 3 pairs there? 3 pairs in no good shapes. Like that looks like a hand that could even just go Chitoi. With how bad it is.
That 3 helps. That's a really nice pull on the 3-mon.
Oh yeah.
I think Perkoid's hand is better than Fomotaku's hand, for example.
Yeah, Homotaku's hand. Well, he does have. I mean, yeah, basically just has the 3/4, and that's it, and then a bunch of gaps. Looks like something that could even go a couple more terminals and honors and could go Kokushi.
Yeah, it currently has 8 and is discarded 2, so would be at 10. Had he gone for that from the beginning.
And Miku's actually not too far away from a hand here, having that triple 9s in the 3/4 and a pair.
Yeah, is 2 away.
Yeah, 2 away. We need some kind of specific stuff, but yeah, not too far away. And Amiona's hand's developing pretty nicely.
Still trying to get rid of all those terminals and honors.
Yeah. And Perkoid maybe going for a Sanshoku 1, 2, 3. But it could happen. Just 2 away from that. How many 3-pin and 2-so do we see? 1 2-so there.
And 3 3-pin.
Oh yeah, so yeah, that 3-pin gonna be hard to get, but maybe could win on that. Because Amiona is likely to discard it. So maybe Perkoid could end up reaching, waiting on the 3-pin, and get it off of Amiona. But seems a little bit unlikely, but you never know. Well, that's a nice shape there, 6, 7, 7, 8. Maybe we'll just drop off that Penchon 1, 2 and move toward just a regular Pimpu.
And Miku's hand just has not been able to develop here for the last 5 turns. Was in a good position, had good value as dealer, but hasn't pulled anything in.
Yeah, that's maybe that helps a little bit.
Why? Okay, so Perkoid I think is just super committed to the Sanshoku. Got the 5-pin. It was the perfect time to get rid of the Pinchon 1, but draws the 2 so immediately after. I'll eat my words.
Yeah, but he needs Amiona to drop that 3-pin, which might happen. So we'll see. That would make a big difference here. But although that's just a Ricci Sanshoku hand, so that's 3 Han. Might not be that big a deal. Get that. Oh, and now is not going to get it. There's no way to. That's all the 3-pin. Is there one more?
There's one more.
There's one more. Okay. So,
but I mean, it could come out of Fomotaku's hand, like.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, right now it fits in Fomotaku's hand, but you never know if a 6-pin gets discarded. The things that look safe.
Sure. Yeah. Could happen. Miku passing on the con.
Actually, Amiona can also only win. Only win on the 3-pin because the 8-mon are dead.
Oh. But we could see a double run here. Maybe Miku will get hit by a double run. Probably not. Oh, well, we got Sumo, Perkoid. That actually brings it up to 4, at least. So pretty decent Got the
4
fifth.
Han, 30 Fu. What, 7,900? Is that right?
Oh,
7,700?
it reached Mangan. Just
Oh,
got the
they're
Ura.
up. Look
Yep.
at that.
So yeah, that helps Percoid a lot. Percoid doesn't need to do too much to stay in the semis, so first game is going just fine. Definitely going just fine for Miku. Oh, and I need to move over to Amiona. Yeah, Amiona is not getting the kind of scores that she needs to rack up those points. Although this is a very nice hand. Unfortunately, may end up opening on the double east and just getting a 2-Han hand out of it. It'd be nice to draw that double east and Ricci.
It is not a, since we are in the south round, it
Oh,
is
right. I'm bad.
usually
My
not
bad.
a couple.
I'm sorry. My bad. My mistake. Single east.
That six peen was a fantastic draw, though.
Yeah. Yeah, this hand is a very nice Ishan 10. It's just going to be a Ricci only, probably. Unless Amiona opens up on the east, in which case it's Yakuhai only. It looks like it's going to be Ricci only. I expect this Ricci will be taken. No, I passed on it. But that's can't win now. Maybe planning to drop those east or something?
I mean, could sumo on the 3 and the 6.
Yeah, that's correct.
This, I don't think this is a horror. I think as dealer, I probably would have taken that Ricci right out of the gate. Just, a good weight, get whatever value you can. Maybe you get more value next time, but it's not. I don't think it's a horrible Dama. Like there's always the opportunity to shift your peens into an Ipeco. There's the opportunity to, if you draw the 7 so to go into a single weight for the 6 so for a guaranteed Sanshoku, get 2 more Han that way.
Right.
There's just a lot of upgrades that
Right.
could have been gotten value wise, if not weight wise.
Right, and maybe drop off those east to get Pinfu simples possible. Although that'd be pretty rough to do that.
Yeah, I don't think that I would at any point leave Tenpai with this hand.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate that this hand was so fast, but it just really resists getting value added to it. I mean, yeah, like you said, you could have gone for Sanchoku or something, but any way of adding value just seems pretty slow. Kind of just have to take what you can get.
If Fomataku gets a couple more good draws, or even one more good draw, we could see the 3 so come out of his hand. Percoid is using both of the 3 so and the 6 so over there. Is actually Tenpai now, waiting on the 4 mon and the 7 mon.
Got a Tsumo from Amiona. Just 2 Han though. But
Which is fine.
Maybe this hand will be this next hand will be a Yakuman. We'll see. Got the Dora Yakuhai, but I mean, this hand looks pretty good. This is actually pretty close to Sanshoku and Junchan, or maybe a Chanta with the Yakuhai Dora in there, or even just the Yakuhai Dora by themselves if it happens to draw another one. But yeah, this actually looks like it's getting pretty close to Junchan Sanshoku. So it might make sense just to open up for that. And actually, just getting the perfect draws for it.
Oh wow!
It would be nice to get the best thing would be to get the the 6 pin. But yeah, just dropping that. Going straight for an outside hand of some kind. Getting the Haku here would be really nice. Would be also nice to get the 9 pin as a pair. So that the 1, 2, 3 can be used in Sanshoku. Yeah, it'd be really amazing to have this hand be closed, but it's going to be pretty rough to get those last couple tiles.
It looks like most of the tiles that are needed are in the wall, though. There's 2 peen in people. There's 2 peen in people's hands.
Right.
Other than that, things are concealed because the 8 peen would not actually be a huge help here.
Yeah, it would kind of yeah, that would be pretty awkward. Oh, and there's the 2. So what's going to drop here? The Haku or the 7? Okay. So yeah, if Amiona draws the 9-pin or the Haku,
Or the
and
Tuso.
or the Tuso, yes, the Tuso would maybe be the best of those. Although the Tuso would be a pretty decent weight, I think.
The 9-pin's dead now.
Oh, that's too bad. Wait, hold on. The 9-pin. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and wait, can Amiona see all of them?
Yes.
Okay. Oh yeah, because one is in her hand. Yeah, I need to learn how to count. Oh, and yeah, so could Ricci waiting on the Haku here, or could just wait on the Haku and Dama. But yeah, so this hand is going to be worth. It's Chanta with 2 Dora. That's just 3 Han with Ricci makes it 4. It's going to be just a solid 11-6, right?
Yes.
Unless it's Sumo or Ura
No,
or whatever.
it's 5 Han. It's 2 Han for.
Uh-huh.
Wait. No, it's a Hanuman. What are we?
What?
There's all right. This
Hold
is
on.
Chanta for 2 closed.
Oh yeah,
Ricci.
Chanta closed. Ricci.
Hanshoku is 2 more.
Oh, it is Sansh.
Dora.
Oh, I forgot
You don't
Sanshoku.
have 2 Dora, so it's 7 Han minimum.
I forgot the Sanshoku, and I also forgot that Chanta is worth 2 closed. Oh, that sucks. I was hoping that Amiona would sumo here and get a Baimon for 24k. Oh well.
But I mean, Perkoid has been fighting really, really well this match.
Amiona not too pleased about that. Oh well, it happens. Went for her big hand, it didn't quite work out, but it was a good attempt.
Yeah, I mean that Dora Haku, no one ever even drew it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, yeah, just bad luck there. But I think I don't have any issues with the way that Amiona played that hand. That's just like take the risks you take.
Yeah, that was a really that's one of those hands that as someone who really enjoys mahjong and enjoys seeing cool things happen, like you cheer for that hand to win, regardless of points and regardless of anything, just because you're like, oh man, it'd be so cool to have like Senshoku, Chanta, Dora 2, like or when your opponents murder you with a Chiho. Those things also happen.
So Amiona's hand is developing here. All right, go a couple away.
And Perkoid taking a very natural 1-Han hand here.
Yeah, trying to rush here. Yeah, Perkoid probably will win this. Has a lot of advantages towards winning this particular hand. But who
Although
knows?
Fomataku's Ishanten for a pure straight.
Yeah. It's a bit crappy, but could work. It could come out.
It's crappy, other than the fact that it's Ishanten. Like,
yeah,
it's a high value hand, and now with the Tuso there, it's no longer crappy at all.
Yeah, that helped a lot. Yeah, but still needs that 3-mon. That's the big issue.
Especially because the 3-mon is a winning tile for Perkoid. It's the only way Fomataku is gonna get there is by drawing it themselves.
Right. Oh, Miku opening. I didn't drop that. Oh yeah, just dropped from that. Nobutan wait has now Miku is also waiting on the 3, so could get 3 people waiting on the 3.
Amiona's not going to discard that 3 because it completed the 2-3-4.
Yep.
Amiona is now 10. Yep. Called Ricci. Kanchan waiting on the 6-pin. And now Fomataku. So now we have 3 people. Everyone is Tenpai currently.
Yep.
Everyone is Tenpai. 3 of them can win on the 3-mon.
Yeah, so if Amiona draws and discards a 3-mon, that's not going to be pretty. We'll see. Pretty unlikely to happen. Probably we'll see either Exhaustive or a Sumo here. That 3-mon might just be in the dead wall.
I mean, literally anyone else discarding one of the 2 remaining 6-pin.
Oh yeah, or the 6 or the 5. Yeah. So yeah, likely we won't see a triple run here, but it could happen. Oh, and Miku drawing the 6. Might discard the 5 or just drop out of Tenpai. Yeah. Oh, and Perkoid getting Sumo. The 1-Han hand. And that's very helpful, adding a little bit of a buffer for second place.
Yeah, keeping the game alive.
So now Homotaku, in order to steal second, needs a substantially bigger hand, so helps a little bit. And Homotaku having the chun there may feel like he needs to keep the hand closed. What is the Dora? The Dora is the 6, so could get a Dora, but like it'd be difficult to steal second while also opening the hand.
From Amiona or from Tomotaku?
Well, from Homotaku's perspective, if he opens on the chun, then and if he gets a Dora, and if he gets a direct hit on Perkoid, that would steal second, right? But after calling those chun, it seems kind of hard to end up with the second place. Do you disagree?
No, I agree. I was just thinking. I was trying to think exactly what the score would be because there's a honba on the table.
Oh right, yeah.
So it would be very close, and I do not have the scores exactly in my head enough
Mm-hmm.
to feel confident to say something precise. But I think you are correct.
Right, like and that also is dependent on getting that Dora, which may not happen. So yeah, if I was Homotaku, I'd be very reticent to opening on this, specifically because like getting third place is not really good enough. It's not terrible, but oh no, he's entirely dropping the shit. I'm not sure if I agree with that though.
I mean, that hand can have a lot of value
Mhm.
if you wanted to go for first.
Yeah,
Dropping two is definitely the best way to go for first.
yeah. Is that really? I guess that's possible.
I mean, you need some help from Urasan, but
Yeah. I feel like I'd be mainly thinking about trying to steal second and not first.
yeah, I mean, and Fomotaku's position in a tournament is such that would be perfectly fine. Like,
Mm. But yeah, maybe it feels like this chance of getting first place or even the chance of getting second place is improved by opening up the possibility for Pinfu. Oh, and drew that Dora and moved into not moving into simples, but a bit closer to simples, I guess. Sort of kind of hard to get there.
I
And
mean, a lot of very nice hands not getting to Tenpai here.
yeah, not too much development happening. Um, yeah, Miku's hand like looks very nice, but and towards the end of the second row, a bit late to still be like two Shanten.
Amiona opening up for Sanchoku.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and at this point, like, yeah, there's not much that Amiona can do in this game, aside from like trying to get whatever points she can, really.
Ooh, that four Monjal is really interesting for Fomotaku. Yeah, is going to call Ricci on the 9. Has Ricci, Pinfu, Dora 1.
Oh boy, Perkoid dealing into Homotaku. Looks like
Getting
Homotaku
the Tatsu.
did end up getting that. Oh, and got some Ura. Oh wow, look at that! Look at that! That is something. Repeating the. Oh, actually, Homotaku did steal first place with that. Okay, so I had to eat my words here. Dropping those chin was a good move after all. Um, yeah. Well, that's something. And now Homotaku is looking very good for the semis, and so is Miku, of course. Miku didn't need that win at all. Didn't need to get first place there at all. So um, just gets 10 fewer points there. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, so this is the score situation is now fascinating. We've got Miku at 77.5,
Mm,
so is very far ahead here.
mhm,
Uh, you know, basically safe. Two lasts would still not be good, but like
mhm,
even one third pretty much locks Miku in.
mm,
Is currently sitting at fifth, and then we've got Perkoid is at one. Perkoid is at 1.1
mhm.
and is in seventh.
Right.
In seventh with 1.1. Promataku is now in eighth,
Oh
climbed up to
wow.
eighth and is at negative 9.4. So is
Okay.
three ahead of ninth place, of Kenny in ninth place,
Mhm.
and only 10 behind Perkoid in seventh.
Okay.
So Perkoid and Fomataku, we are going to see in these next two matches just we should be seeing some fantastic fireworks placement wise here. I'm very excited for that. And then
Yeah.
Almiona is at a very unfortunate negative 141, but that happens. That just
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah, that's too bad. Yeah, it's gonna be very hard for Amion to in 2 games to make up 141. That is pretty tough.
I
Of
mean,
course, that can happen. You can get a million points theoretically, but yeah, it'd
you'd
be
have
very
to
hard to
have
make that up.
no busting. You'd have to average 70 points a game right
Yeah.
now to get into eight.
Right.
And 70 points is what 85K.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's not outside the realm of possibility. It would just be it would be certainly be bigger than anything we've seen so far. 2 games in a row of that size, but definitely possible. No reason it can't happen. Or in 1 game getting 200,000 points, that can happen, or getting
That would
500,000
also work.
points. So yeah, just need to get 50 repeats, and you can get any score you want, really. So I mean, it's just the way the tournament works. So yeah, it's something that's a little bit disturbing about the tournament is that theoretically a game could go on for infinite time. Like there's no until we all die of old age. That's the only thing that really determines that the game is going to end.
Perkoid starting out as the first dealer here,
Hmm.
and Dora is the north.
We see any? Looks like we only see one north here.
Oh wow, Miku just a beautiful starting hand here.
Yeah, not
Is
quite
already
not quite a Chiho, but pretty good.
Ooh, Perkoid throwing away the Sixmon. I think is committing to Chanta, which makes sense.
Hmm.
This is a very inefficient hand.
Hmm.
You just kind of start out going for Chanta, and then if you end up having to fold with all your terminals and honors, you're not going to feel too upset about it.
Yeah, yeah, it's very nice, very convenient. Or could potentially even go Kokshi.
And
He
Miku
just
now is going
happened
to
to.
be Senpai waiting on the 1P and
Oh,
4P.
oh, that was fast. Yeah, Miku just moving the game along. Like that's a little bit of an odd thing where you can say someone is moving the game along in East One because they have such a lead, but that's because it's the attorney.
Yeah.
That is just how it
But
is.
I think basically anyone would have taken that hand. I
Sure,
mean, it was
sure.
incredibly efficient, incredibly
Yeah,
fast. You're not
yeah,
going to find people turning that down.
yeah. Even though it's a small amount of points, I mean, it's putting you ahead of everybody, and no one else got any points at all. So, and the game is just that little bit shorter. So there's a lot of value to it.
And Perkoid, of course, getting one of those two dragons, and Amiona starting with no honors and has yet to draw an honor, which again, it's just it's such a fantastic place to be,
Right.
Mahjong.
And I wonder if Amiona will go for a full flush or something. Um, just needing to get any kind of value possible, but no, just going for a normal hand. The Dora. I mean, that's probably a more likely way to get value is like drawing 2 more Dora. That could happen.
Yeah, well, I mean, or getting a pure straight already has 1 through 8 of
Oh
P.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. One away from that. So yeah, could end up waiting on that Dora somehow with a full straight and end up getting the Hanuman, something like that. Move towards that 80k game in order to get that big score.
Yeah, Miku's hand though is also gorgeous here.
Yeah, yeah. And a nice draw of the 7-pin. It has two. Yeah, this is very nice shapes here. Couple
Yeah,
of pairs.
perfect two-way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Chi.
And
I guess it's not perfect two-away. I take that back.
oh, is it not?
Nah, you need one isolated pair and one isolated side weight, but there are two side weights here, so and no isolated pair.
But this is so. Hold on. Why does the pair need to be isolated though? Isn't it better if it's not?
Well, what you end up with when you're so like when you're perfect one away,
Mm-hmm.
you have one isolated pair, one isolated side weight, and one combined.
Right.
With perfect two away, you have two combined, and then still one isolated of each. But there's other ways to be there are other ways to be perfect one away.
Right. Well, the definition of a perfect one away is just having being one away and having two pairs and having all of your uncompleted shapes be Yeonmin shapes. Which doesn't mean so the pair could be isolated or not. Well, I guess one of the pairs has to be isolated based on that definition, but it's just
exactly
like,
the pair one of the pairs has to be isolated.
I guess I'm not actually familiar with the definition of two away, but I guess I assumed it was basically that, but moved back by one. So you want to have two pairs, everything be all your uncompleted shapes be Yeonmin shapes. Either way, I mean, the acceptance. I think we can agree the acceptance on that hand is very good.
Yeah, it was a gorgeous hand that did not win, as it turns out. Perkoid got too good with all those tune, and Perkoid got the tune again.
Yep. And yeah, may end up just reaching on a hand that has Yakuhai in it. Always feels a little weird. Oh, and Homotaku having some really nice shapes here. Simple
and
shapes.
Good draws.
Missing a pair. Pick one up at some point.
They come along sometimes.
Yeah. And that's the very nice draw here. Can just get rid of that Kanchan. Not Kanchan, but dangling two, I guess you could say. Sort of a Kanchan.
Yeah, it's like an isolated two.
Yeah. It's like a it's a Kanchan for a Nobetan, you could say. That makes sense.
And we've got Pinfu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Pinfu only.
Pinfu. Waiting on 3-so and 6-so.
Yep.
Which could easily come out of Miku's hand.
Right. I feel like Miku is probably going to be pretty defensive. But we'll see. That 8 was safe against the Ricci.
And Perkoid here literally just got into this Tenpai Champon waiting on the 4-mon and 5-mon and gets another Red Dragon only hand.
So we're seeing some of this knife fighting going on between Perkoid and Homotaku.
Which is exactly what I wanted to see.
Yep.
All I want. What the hell does Perkoid have right now?
Oh, look at that. Yeah, going for small wins, I guess, or all honors.
has 8. Yeah, started with 8 different kinds. God, that's a bonkers hand.
Has a total of 9 honor tiles. Yeah. Well, how many? So if you include all the honors and terminals, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it could just wait till you draw more honors and terminals until you have 13 of them, and assume that that's going to be a home Goto somehow.
Some sort of Honroto. Maybe it's G-Toy. Maybe it's Toy. You never know. But
if you've got enough of them, it's got to work.
But the problem is when you have that sort of bonkers hand, it means everyone else doesn't have the honors. So
yeah. Oh, and Perkoid dropping the north there, giving up on the small wins. It's pretty unlikely to get those. But
yeah, I probably would have. Well, I mean, the West has already been called.
Oh, has it? Oh, who
Yeah.
called? Oh, Miku did. Okay, okay. So yeah, Small Wins is dead. Realize. And did Miku just enter into Tenpai there? Yeah, wait on
Yes.
that complex weight there. The three-way weight actually, right?
The 2-3-5.
Pretty nice. Oh, and Perkoid dropping it. Okay. That doesn't hurt too bad though.
Yeah, should just be 3-Han.
But that
And
steals.
This is where winning a bunch of 1-Han hands is great and all, but you know, it doesn't really advance your score very much. And
Right.
that, I mean, one 3-Han deal in basically undid all of. I mean, it undid everything Perkoid's won up to this point. Perkoid
Right.
is now below starting value.
Right. I guess Perkoid does have to be concerned about hands where it looks like Homotaku might win, and that may be the time where it's better to attack if it can be done safely. Where a one-on hand could be very valuable if it just cuts off a win from someone who is especially competitive, or Amiona too could push down Perkoid's score via placement. But it's definitely worse to get hit by Homotaku because that would also affect the overall rankings.
And one thing we should keep in mind is that we are. I mean, I'm live updating the standings as we go. I am in charge of this beautiful spreadsheet here. You also have the ability to edit it. Everyone can see the spreadsheet, but they're probably not checking it between games.
Right.
And they're also not all mathematicians like
Right.
all of us on this call are. So, you have a general sense of where you stand overall, but not necessarily the specifics of okay, I know that I am in a direct contest with Famataku and that we are literally at each other's heels. They might not have that very clear, to them.
Right, so it looks like Perkoi is very close to having a hand completed here. Homotaku's Ishan 10 for Itoi. So we'll see if it just happens to draw into Tenpai there. But I expect Perkoid will reach it first with his hands. Looks very fast. Oh yeah, there we go. On a Richi only. But just hold on a second. This isn't Tenpai. No, it's not. Just refuse that Tenpai there. I'm not sure why though.
Don Lapa still hoping for 8th, which is still entirely possible. I mean, if Famataku and Perkoid kind of, if one of them is able to gain some ground and the other loses ground, we can get there.
Yeah, if Miku kills everybody here, which could still can happen in this game and in the next game. Yeah, those Homotaku and Perkoid can be pushed down pretty far. Which is basically that's what that would help Don Lapa's case a lot if they were pushed way down. Especially both of them that would that put Don Lapa in 8th place if Homotaku and Perkoid went below his score?
If both of them did, yes.
Okay.
If just one of them did, then Kenny would be an 8th.
Okay. And there's still are games. So Len, depending on what happens with Len. But what could happen is that I could go way down and score, and Len could stay down and score, which would also be another way that Don Lapa could move up.
Yeah, our group is going to be particularly interesting in that every single member of our group has a shot at making semis. It is entirely possible for all 4 people in our group to make semis. Ooh, the 2. But it works. That Dora sits in the hand.
Yep.
That one doesn't. But Famataku is definitely just holding on to that for now.
Oh yeah, Miku just getting more wins here.
Just casually sumoing on the Kanchan.
And Miku, like, yeah, really doing, getting a lot of scoring done in this tournament. This hand looks a little bit not great though. I guess having the 2-3 and the 5-6 is fine. But, we'll see. Homotaku's hand, I think, pretty nice. Amiona. Amiona has what, like, just 2 pairs, and it's pretty bad. Overall, hands here are not great.
You know what? Everyone's hand sucks. Let's just turn them in.
Yep.
Turn them in, get new ones.
Yeah, they could they have done that? I don't think so. They didn't all have the same wind, and that's not allowed anyway, is it? We don't have that reset allowed. I don't think we have
I
any.
had a 4 wins reset recently. It was very exciting. I get very excited when something like 4 wins draw or 4 Ricci draw occurs. Like, it makes me very happy.
Yeah, I've seen the 4 Ricci and 5 cons or 4 cons. I've seen that happen multiple times. I've only seen the 4 wins one happen once. I think seems a lot more rare. Could just be.
I've seen it twice, I think. I experienced it like 1 or 2 days ago, actually. And when I was first playing, I accidentally aborted a game by playing the 4th wind. And the game was just like, all right, game's over. And I went, what? What is this?
Yeah, Miku's hand here is a little weird. Really like oddly shaped. A lot of pairs in the middle there that can be kind of connected together. And then an extra pair on the side. Considering going for a Chinitsu maybe or a Honitsu. Well, it would probably have to be Chinitsu.
Yeah, I think I'd probably take this 9-mon pawn. Just go for it. Discard the 5 peen. The shapes in Mon are such that they can pretty easily accept new tiles.
Yeah, there's so many gaps in there.
Take this 6, 7, 8 chi.
That might have been it. Is this still Ishan 10? Because that was Ishan 10 for Chitoy. Now let me see. I don't think it is. 5, 6, 9. Yeah, I think that was a step back, but definitely faster in terms of being able to open and being able to accept a lot of tiles. Maybe a reasonable step back.
Yeah, would be Ishan 10 had the pawn on the 9-mon been taken.
Right. Although, I mean, that would have
it would have changed who got which tile, I suppose.
Yeah, it would have. Yeah, Miku wouldn't have gotten that 6. Or Miku got some tile that was good instead of the 9.
Yeah, it was the 6. The second 6-mon.
Although that 6 doesn't really help here.
It could become a complex. Well, no, the 9-mon has to be a pair because you have to call the 9-mon when it's discarded because it was the last one.
I guess. Yeah, I'm having a hard time seeing how this. Yeah, this shape is so like. This shape is so weird. I think we're gonna get some weird weight here. Oh, and the opponent
is Ishanten, for sure.
Oh, I think that would have been opponent a tempai, wouldn't it? Drop.
Yep.
Opponent 3.
Tempai, waiting on the 1 and 4.
Yeah. But yeah, these flush hands are kind of challenging. And yeah, I'm sure there's some way to use that 6, but I'm not seeing. I guess if you can pull is there still a 5 available somewhere?
Yeah, there's still a 5 available. I mean, the 6 can absolutely be used. Yeah. Like in the same way that you can turn the 2, 3, 3, 3 into 3s and the 1, 4. You can turn the 5, 5, 5, 6 into 5s and a 4, 7. Like
right. Okay.
Nobody tempai.
Yep.
The saddest result.
Yeah, that's too bad. Okay, so Homotaku's hand looked pretty nice. Pretty close at the start here. Miku having 2 Dora over there. Maybe can get some significant value in the hand with some good draws. Percoid having triple nines, but not much else to speak of.
Yeah, kind of an awkward hand to have to deal with. Once again, maybe one of those hands where you just kind of you just kind of half-heartedly go for Chanta until it's time to fold.
Yeah. Not too far from Shanta, though. And Sanshoku, could get Sanshoku, but yeah, not too likely. Now Miona's hand actually looks pretty nice. 5, 6, 7, 7, and
Got some complex shapes, which
yeah,
are helpful because
got
they are right smack dab in the middle.
yeah. I got some you got some nice shapes there and a lot of pairs, but not pairs that really like screw anything up. So and I got a triple there. So yeah, Amiona might get an attempt out here pretty quick. And Homotaku also drawing a triple.
Yeah, Amiona is ish on 10.
And yeah, I think that Homotaku is Ishan 10 too. For like a Rishi only hand with Dora. Maybe simples.
Yeah, Foataku is actually 2 Shanten because of now it's Ishanten with the two peen made that. Oh, never mind. Neglected to take the Ishanten. If Foataku had discarded the Forso or the 3 peen would have been Ishanten, but is still 2 Shanten because of the lack of a pair.
I wasn't tracking the pair situation. Or was thinking of those twos as being probably the pair, maybe.
Yeah, but now has an incredibly wide Ishanten, accepts the 2, 3, 4, 5 of on, and the 6, 7, 8, 9. So
yeah, so if actually he draws the 6, so that'd be very nice for a simples Pinpu. But that's unlikely given that Miku has 3 of them. Wow, look at Miku's. I kind of wasn't watching that, but yeah, all those so tiles. All those high so tiles. Could get a Sanko over there. Ooh, getting rid of that 5.
yeah, I definitely would have dropped the 1 mon instead.
Yeah, that 5/7 is a decent shape, especially if you just happen to draw the 8 so here, that would be amazing. Sanko with 3 Dora and another pair already. But yeah. The 1 and the 4. But yeah, kind of seemed destined to deal in there. Those particular tiles in hand. Tiny Ipatsu though. Doesn't take Miku out of first place even. And going into South 4, so Amiona still has a shot here. Just needs to really really abuse this dealership for all it's worth. And
just win brutally.
Keep this game going until everyone else dies of old age, and then by default declared the winner of the. I think Amiona is the youngest, so that is a reasonable strategy.
You gotta know everything about your opponents if you want to defeat them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a very anime approach to playing Mahjong. Like, aha, you considered this and that, but you didn't consider that I could just play until you die of old age.
Cool. All right, let's see.
A quick look at the chat here. So, yeah, Amiona getting that full 4s could end up with some complex weight here on the 2, 4, 4, 4. Actually, pretty close to Himpa here. Happens to get the right draws.
Miku has a beautiful Honitsu across the table.
Yeah, very nice. All 4 2s there working together in harmony.
I wonder about that call of the 9-so from Perkoid. I don't know what the objective there was.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm not sure. Going for Honitsu, I guess.
It feels like it has to be, right? I
Yeah.
mean, that was a good draw for it.
Yeah, he does need to get value from somewhere in order to move up into second or first. Maybe that's just sort of a long shot. Yeah, I'm getting a pretty good
But
draw
could pretty
there.
easily slip into last here.
Yeah,
Trying to push an unlikely hand to win and ends up
right.
dealing in.
And this maybe is
Perkoid, I wonder if Perkoid was trying to chi that. Because Perkoid had the option to chi, but Miku called the pon and is now Tenpai waiting on the 7-so.
right. And was there not an option there to?
Discarding the
Yeah,
2-set. Or the Chun, either one.
right. So stuck with the Tenki instead of upgrading to a 6-9.
Yeah, really that upgrade should have been taken.
Mhm. I guess it is tricky. You wouldn't think that there's a random weight on the 7, so. But yeah, probably the 6-9 is better.
Yeah, I mean, if the other players are paying attention to the table at all, they're not going to be discarding any so tiles. So you want to
Yeah,
make sumoing as likely as possible.
yeah. It's hard to argue not to switch there. Oh, Perkoid getting a second West tile. It's a bit
Oh,
late.
that's beautiful.
It's a bit late to be getting that, but who knows? There's still 10 tiles left.
Oh, and then getting the 1-so.
Yep. Actually,
Perkoid now moving into Ishanten.
oh, he dropped the 1.
Why? No, you were Ishanten Perkoid. Okay, fine.
Yeah, maybe I wonder if maybe that pawn was just a mistake. Because he doesn't seem to be really pursuing Empire or anything. I don't know. And that actually put him into fourth. That he like. I don't know if he could have. I don't think he could have gotten Tempai anyway. But yeah.
Oh wow. Ooh, that's brutal.
Yeah. So now there's still one more game.
There's still one more game, and let me give you an update on these scores. So Miku is now in first place overall in the tournament. Is
Oh
is
really?
leading by 1.3 points. Fomotaku is in. Fomotaku is in eighth with
Okay.
negative 17.3 points.
Oh whoa. So that's pretty close.
Has dropped below Kenny, and Perkoid is in ninth with negative 18.8 points.
Wow. This is
So
pretty close.
which one of them is in the top 8, unless they both drop below Donlapa, which is entirely possible. Third
Mhm.
place could easily be -7 or more.
Mhm.
Unless they both drop below Donlapa
Mhm.
or both rise above Kenny, their relative rank with
Mhm.
each other is going to entirely determine which one is in the top 8. And that is a beautiful thing to see.
Do you know? Are they taking a break or are they done for the day? Do you know?
I think they're doing a pee break.
Okay. All right. And you have to go, don't you? Or can you stay for the third game?
I need to leave in like 20 or so minutes, but I can start off the third match with you if you want
Well,
and leave midway through, or I can just bounce now. It doesn't matter.
yeah. Either way, whatever you feel like. I don't want to inconvenience you if you have to get ready or something.
I'll stay on for. Well, I mean, by the time it gets started again, then I'll be pretty close to having to leave anyway.
Okay.
So,
All right. Well, I'll take a little break too, and then we can start up again in a few minutes.
yeah. But thanks for having me on the stream.
Yep.
I enjoy the last match.
All right. Thank you. Starting here, seconds. See whether Taco or Perkoid makes it in, or if they just both get pushed out is possible as well. And maybe Miku will finally lose one. Not sure if Miku has actually lost any of the games. They're just overall done very well. I guess also, yeah, we'll see if Amiona pulls off kind of a miracle here. And it's just a massive enough game to get all those points. Always possible. No matter what, there's always a possibility of turning everything around. Game. Miku starting off here, first dealer with a nice hand. Amiona also having pretty nice shapes there. 1, 2, 3. They get a Sanshoku though. Otaku. Alright, looking hand there, and Perkoid having some nice shapes and Montiles, not much else. See how this goes. Expect Miku will continue trying to scoop up what she hasn't really been playing overly defensively, despite having has continued trying to win as many hands as possible. It makes sense wanting to go into the semifinals. Oh, drawing the 8. That's a very nice draw. Drawing a 2. That doesn't at all. 3 is a pretty nice draw as well. Maybe drop off this Kanshan. Or and drop off the isolated 4 there. Yeah, pretty much an isolated 4 when it's next to the 6, 7, 7, 8 line. Expect this 3, 5. It'll be next to go though. Could open. Not really though. I guess could it'd be really very hard to open on that and get rid of these 9s. Oh, and Amiona got into Tempai on the what 3, 4, 4, 5, 6. So no, it's a 2, 5. 2, 5. This pink 5 here. Let's see how defensively does Miku here. Could potentially drop this 5, thinking it's like half Suji or something. 8, the 8mon is totally Genbutsu, safe against that. But not really other Genbutsu tiles, but just drew another one. See if maybe Perkoid Homotaku will put 10 to 1 to push more. Oh yeah, and Perkoid, Kanrichi. The Perkoid. 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, and waiting on the 2, so. And all, I mean, it's a Kanshan weight, but it's not terrible with do so. Miku just dropping off both 9s there, not really having anything better to drop. Playing just defensively here. 7, yeah, it was totally safe. Safe to drop there. Dropping another 7. Yeah, Miku just folding here. Could have pushed here, being was an Ishan 10 at one point, or was that the case? Maybe I'm misremembering. Yeah, it's probably can just go to exhaustive. Doesn't want to drop that Haku, although that Haku is pretty much safe. 7 so was the 7 so? I feel like the 7 so is actually not safe there. Would have been better to drop the Haku, probably, even though it's a Dora. Like, very unlikely to be weight at that point. Would have had to be Homotaku's weight. I think Homotaku may have even dropped the Haku. So I think that Haku was totally safe. Not if not 99%. Still behind the deal. Miku opening on Hatsu. And I feel like Miku was more defensive as maybe more defensive as the dealer and less so as the non-dealer, thinking that the game wants the game to get along quickly. Because winning as dealer doesn't advance the game at all, as non-dealer does. there may be some logic going on. Actually, that Taku, nice shapes and pins there. Oh, an excellent draw for 2-3 shape there. Amiona having the 3-4 and then yeah, that hand's pretty close. Way. Motaku's hand is pretty quickly here. Two-way, but a very nice two-way. Turquoise having the 5-6-7 and the 7-8-9 and this Penchan here. That's all right. This is pretty good. Pretty good. And just get rid of this Penchan and fill in these other, or just draw the 9. That works also. Probably just go for a Ricci hand here, waiting on, or Penchan wait on the 8s. Actually, that would be Hurricane, wouldn't it? So I can't do that. That's a little bit yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate. If he kept that 8, would have had 888, 999. It would have been pretty nice. Had the 3-6 weight. All those triple. And it looks like Miku is likely to get the Honitsu if these other hands don't come together fast enough. How far away is Amiona now? Still, it still has that Penchan up there. Still has a Kanchan. Yeah, these hands didn't seem to develop very fast. Although, just that make it what is 4 5 6 5 6 2 3 4 4. Yeah. It has the Ipeco now. Ipeco almost very close to Yanpeco, isn't it? No pair. If Homotaku draws the 2 or the 3, so it's going to be Tenpai for Yanpeco. Pretty interesting to see that come out. But also Miku just entering Tenpai for Honi on the 7 pin. I assume. Drop the 3 pin? No, didn't drop the 3 pin. So didn't accept the Tenpai there. May have felt that the 3 was too dangerous. I didn't feel that the I'm a little bit confused because it didn't feel that the 6 was too dangerous, but the 3 was too dangerous, or just didn't want to accept the weight on the 7. But certainly that could be upgraded. So it looks like that Yanpeiko disappeared because Taka took the Jampon weight on the 4-5. Fortunately, we don't get to see a Yanpeiko. I'm trying to figure out how does that 8 fit in. Is that the 7, 8, 9, 9, 9? Yeah, didn't end up getting a Tenpai there. Okay, basically, score's still tied in these 3. Might go into the south side with the score still. Yeah, I have some opportunity for a Sanshoku here for Homotaku. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the tiles. Miku opening up right away on the Haku. And how far away is Miku? To advance there. Has the 4, 5, 6 and the 5, 6, and that's basically all. But basically still 2 Shanten. Where is this? Is it actually 3? Regardless, that was a very good draw there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 San Minchan shape. Very good. And also the 6s as pairs. Drawing the 5 as well. It's getting some very good draws. Yakuai only. This actually. So if Miku drew the 4, 5, 6, lacking a pair. Could get a Nobutan weight on the 2-5. So that is nice Ishanten, and got another no bet town possibility. But just toss. I think I would have tossed the 8 there because that does improve acceptance. Although, I guess yeah, actually, well, hold on. You have 2, 3, 4, 5. If you throw away the 8 and you draw the 7, then that doesn't affect your that doesn't put you in hurry 10. You'd have. I'm worried that this is a wider weight than I think. It'd be weight on the 2-5 would, or would the so you have 5, 6, 7. You have 6 if you drew the 8 in addition to 7, 8, 4, 5, 5. Yeah, I think actually the 8 would be a weight there too, so that would be hurry 10. So it does make sense to keep that 8. Unless I may have gotten that wrong. Not that big of a deal, really. The game is no longer tied. It's still nearly tied. Burkroyd has a tiny bit of a lead. 4. Ameona's dealership, another chance to rack up a bunch of points. Nice looking hand here. Having the 1, 2. Really like a 3 or a 6 pin in here to make use of these 4s and 5s properly. A 2 is nice too. Although maybe good to keep the 1 just for the possibility of Sanshoku on 1, 2, 3. So getting rid of this 9, 7, I think probably would have been better. Or just getting rid of this 9. That 9 doesn't really serve any purpose. But Amiona may be thinking of Honitsu, but even in that case, getting Omotaku open on the hook already. Iku's hand not looking too good. Opening on the E. Okay. How far away is Miku here? Very far away. This has this 8-9 Penchan, 9-9, 1-2, like all these Penchan shapes. Pretty bad. But this can become a Chanta, I guess. But I mean, it doesn't matter. May as well be 1 Han or 2 Han. Not that big a difference, right? But I guess could even go Hondoto at this point. Just keep on drawing a bunch of terminals. Get a Toy Hondoto. Or like a Mahjong. Still not that big of a. Well, hold on. The Toy Hondoto East. That would be 5. Would there be anything else? I think that's it, right? There's no way to get more value on top of that. Still, that wouldn't reach Panemon. Unless it included another Yakuhai or something. Dropping off the 8.
Beach.
But yeah, I expect now Miku probably just fold against that. Taku dropping the 3 mana, safe. Amiona also dropping us the 6. Miku thinking about cheating that. Doesn't. Instead dropping the safe 1s. I don't think there's too many other safe things to drop though. Or is there anything with the 1 mon? Yeah, that actually just passed. 9 so that gives Miku safe tile. I think is everybody folding here? Or is Homotaku pushing maybe? The Hatsu not tooting. Fiona trying to figure out 2 that not particularly safe. I guess hold on. How many 3s have been dropped? 1, 2. So that was a one chance tile, so that's kind of safe. Now a no chance tile. Riso seems like a Was there a better tile on that drop? Not sure if there was. But live West tile absolutely does not seem. Perkoid doing very well this game. Going into South 1 with Perkoid having a substantial lead. The Homotaku very incentivized. Push pretty hard here. Miku being the healer in South 1 has 2, 3, 4, 5 shape. Aside from that, kind of garbage. Amiona having a... And, I mean, not really that great. I'm not sure if anyone has a really good hand here. Maybe Homotaku? Yeah, Homotaku's hand actually has some nice 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. So I think Homotaku has a chance here to win, maybe on a simple spin fu, get a little bit of points, and maybe fit a Dora in there or two. It could get a substantial hand. Everyone else seems to have pretty slow hands. Miku's hand might advance pretty quickly here. Those first 5 tiles helped a lot. Looked like total garbage before. Now it looks like basically like a regular hand. We'll just see what happens. He has a lot of pairs. Kind of the issue. You replace those pairs with something that links up, or draw triples. Oh, like that. Now this hand is extremely close. Yeah, this is Ishan 10, but may not want to fight against that. And yeah, Homotaku got into Senpai pretty quickly. And Miku just dropped this 9-pin, not really having... Well, I guess could have dropped this 2-mon. Could have dropped this 2-mon for safety. And elected not to. Is pushing... Yeah, now just dropped it though. So we'll see if Miku continues to push or not. I think Miku is the only one who really has a shot to fight against this. And yeah, could drop the 4 here. Waiting on the 4-7. Going for a Simple's hand with Dora. Simple's Dora. Homotaku has... Homotaku have a Pinfu? Could be a... hold on. What is that? Looks like it's waiting on 6, though. Wait. 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. It's waiting on... I think that is a Pinfu waiting on the 4-7. That was a Simple's Pinfu, I believe. But unfortunately, did not win. That's really bad for Homotaku, who's running out of time to get a reasonable score to make it into semis. Something like 2nd place. Be very good. Get a few points. And Perkoid is looking very good for that, though. Perkoid looking very good to make it into semis, unless, say, Homotaku steals a bunch of points from Perkoid. That would obviously reverse there. They're about equal, being very near 8th place, very near the cutoff for else. Miku getting a pretty nice looking hand here with a bunch of, well, I don't know, like, a bunch of pairs with some small gaps between them. So we've got the 7799, and then, yeah, so with a couple of specific draws, this hand will become very close. Or it could just go for a play or something. Opponing this, I don't think there's much of a chance that the hand will complete. Well, drawing a 3rd 7, that helps quite a bit. Now the hand is pretty reasonable. Again, I'm thinking about pawning this, but I really don't think that you can. Oh, pawning the 1s. How just going for a toy. But yeah, it's a little bit. I need to draw another pair and then pawn something else. It may be hard to get the final Dora here. I feel like probably would have been better just go for a normal hand here. It's so hard to. Although I guess there is some possibility of getting a Jinchan with picking up some eights. Minor possibility. Maybe could pick up 1 8 and then see another one like that. But yeah, I feel like it was much more likely to get into Tenpai via a normal hand.
ポン
But we'll see. Works out. Turquoise close as well. Needs to just pawn one of any of those three things. Although that would needs to get rid of those ones. Get a simple. No. Hold on a sec. What is Bird going? How does he get a Yaku out of this? Is he just trying to get into Tenpai for exhaustion? A little bit early for that. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe he's planning on dropping all of those ones, but he dropped the 2. I'm a little confused. Oh, and getting rid of the. So is he going for Toy as well? Yeah, this Toy seems a lot more. I'm a lot more skeptical. Toy. Oh, though when I wasn't looking, Miku for the triple. Miku is actually Shanten for this Toy, and can open up on the 9 pin, which actually may not come out given that Amiona has both, but they certainly look like they could come out.
ポン
Turquoise. Now Ishanten for Toy, just as Miku is. But Miku's Toy is.
ロン
Oh, Otaku wins on just a simple sand. Dama. I feel like he probably should have Rishi there for the chance to get some points. Because it's coming close to the end of this game now. And some gambling might be needed in order to get the points that he needs to rise up. Semifinals. And Miku having a possibility for Shosangen here, or Daisangen. We actually don't see any of the Chun, so Miku could easily draw another Chun here. And have a possibility for Daisangen. And that might shake things up shake things up a bit if Miku, for instance, hit Perkoid with the Daisangen, or like a Baimon Shosangen or something. Also going for so yeah, could become quite a big hand here. Could just be Mongon with Yakuhai, Hatsu, and Haku, and Dora, and Honitsu. Oh, Perkoid drawing the oh, and Perkoid's hand not too far away, but yeah, Miku's hand is advancing very quickly there. Still no sign of the Chun. Yeah, may end up waiting on that Chun for Shosangen. But although it's very hard to get the Chun when you've already called the Haku, and not too likely that someone will drop that.
リーチです
No, and Homotaku is it just going for a Pinku hand? Yeah. I think there's some possibility of Ipeko here as well. To get Pinku Ipeko. Maybe get a Mangon out of this. We'll see. Is there a chance you get a Hanemon? Got it, Sumo. Got it, Sumo, Pinku, Sumo, Ipeko, and 2 Ura. Still wouldn't reach Han. Maybe if somebody does a con out of nowhere. I guess Miku could do that. Miku could do a con. And actually passed on that just now. Probably a smart move. Not give Homotaku the possibility of getting more Ura and so on. Who is in Tempai waiting on what? Has the 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, and the 4, 5, so waiting on the 3, 6 mark. We're also waiting on the 1. Because of that. Oh, right. Waiting. So that was that just the 1, 3, 6 wait? Right. So the 3, 4, 5 and the 1, 2, 2, 2. Yeah. So that was on that was an overlapping like 1, 3 or hold on. It was 1, 2, 3, 6, I believe. It was a 4-way wait. If I'm not mistaken. Oh, and now Homotaku having a bunch of honors here. Not as nice as it looked for Miku though. It looks pretty slow actually. But Amiona's hand looks pretty fast, having those a triple of 9s in there. A pair of 2s and a 4, 5. Amiona's hand looking pretty nice. Perkoid's hand also. I think Perkoid probably has the advantage here. Draws. Also, his hand's not heavy. Yeah, we're coming very near end of this game. And I think, yeah, Amiona's going to have one more dealership, one last chance to win like 150,000 points. Very, not the most likely thing in the world, but still technically possible. Boy, actually, Homotaku's hand developed quite a bit, huh? First row. He is now Ishan 10, right? Or 2 away. Can open up on quite a few things here. If anyone will be so kind as to drop them. Up on the we'll open up on the 2 or the east. Even opening on the 2 is a little sketchy with the 3 there. I guess really the only thing he'd want to open on from a pawn is the east, but for Chi, the 5 or the opening up that Nakabukure like that, yeah, that 6, perfectly good. And still 1 away now. Can just drop the south, right? Nobody else in Tenpai yet. So maybe Homotaku will pick up a few points here. Get a nice gun. Actually, hold on. So this will be a Honitsu with 2 Yakuhai, 2 Dora. So that's 2 Dora, Honitsu, 2 Yakuhai. So that's Mangan or Hanuman. If he actually gets, he gets it from Miku. Right, so that's helpful, but we'll need to get a bit more than that too. So that doesn't really hurt Miku. I think actually that's so both Perkoid and Homotaku are now looking all right. I think. Yeah, Miku probably doesn't mind too much getting hit because yeah, really not in any danger. It's kind of like the reverse of Amiona, where Miku would have to get like minus 150,000 points in order to be pushed out. Yes, not really in any danger at all. See if Homotaku can pull off. So if Homotaku can get some more points, at least get above 30k, we'll start moving into like positive. Well, now winning second with 28k is just like that's like 3.7 points. If he gets more significant wins and push himself up past the point of having to worry about whether or not he's very desirable to get a little bit more, not fall into 4th place. Goes. And how long is he going to hold on to that? Oh, he just drops it right now, that Dorichin. Amiona might hold on to it a bit longer, being incentivized to go for like really value hands. To go for a Honitsu Shosangen or something with his door. Get a Kazue. Yeah, and throwing away that 4-5 there in favor of something worth a lot more. Really, just absolutely needs as much value as possible. Because if Amiona got a Kazuya Yakuman here, the would she even be able to get close to that? I think that it's not really possible. Even getting a Shosangen Dora to probably would not reach it. And also got rid of the Hatsu already. So it may have been worth trying to get the well. Actually, the Miku already dropped those Hatsu. That dream had already been off. Makes sense just to go for like a Mangan Onitsu here. It's not too helpful, but take what you. Homotaku's pretty close here. Probably Homotaku will win this hand. This doesn't get any. Yeah, actually, we're halfway through the second row here. Hands don't seem to be that close. Actually, yeah, Perquoid is actually really close. Gonna keep that 9. Throw away the west and keep the 9. Oh, and Pomotaku entering into Tenpai, but going Dama. That's interesting. Oh, and he gets the run. Okay. Yeah, just a tiny hand here. Another shot at dealership. I feel like they've just taken that Vici. If you only go for hands worth 1 Han, doesn't matter if you get a million repeats. You'll get that many points. You may as well take the plunge and hit. Like Miku's got some pairs up there. Going to triple. 3 pairs and a triple. So yeah, we'll see how that hand develops. Could go a lot of different ways. Perquoid has a Hatsu. Yeah, Perquoid has a hand that looks like it could potentially be very fast. Maybe he'll try and push into the South 4 here while maintaining first place. That Hatsu ever comes out. If Fumotaku likely to drop this Hatsu soon, Perquoid will call it, be pretty close to a complete hand already. And I can open up on that 4-5 there, can call that 9 mon potentially if there's another pair available. Wouldn't want to call the 9 mon now since it's the only pair, but if another, call it. Oh, and look at Miku's hand. 2 triples there. Moving towards a Sonko or a Sananko. Maybe just do a Ricci at some point on a hand with a couple triples in it. Oh, another pair. So this is Ishan 10 for Soanko. It is Amion is the one who needs that Soanko though, not Miku, fortunately. Oh, and Miku drawing the 5. That's very nice 3-4-4-5 shape and 7-7-8. Maybe Homotaku will be able to race per. Perquoid is actually 1 away now. It can open on a lot of things, so it has that advantage over Homotaku. Sorry about those beeps, but I have to keep Discord open, and I have to see if they're asking me to pause. Oh, they're just saying GG, so it looks like the game is over. So I guess that kind of spoils it a little bit that the game is going to end in the next 5 minutes. So I guess we're not going to see like 20 repeats from Amiona, unfortunately. That'd be exciting and dramatic if that happened. It looks like Perquoid is in Tenpai, yeah, waiting on the 4-7. Expect to probably win any second now. They'll head into South 4 and then the game will end. Oh, and also Miku is in Tenpai, opened up for Toy Toy. As that Toy came together really nicely. For that winning tile to come out, or are they just going to go to exhaustive here? Because they could just go to exhaustive with Homotaku still not in Tempai. Oh, and Amiona opens. Amiona in Tempai. No. Homotaku drawing the Forso. I think Homotaku playing defensively, not wanting to lose that second. And yeah, dropping this Forso now would be pretty tough. The third row, really don't want to deal in with the Dora. Oh, and Miku got this on Anko. Stole second as well. Yeah, that's not good for Homotaku. Homotaku really needs to win a significant hand to avoid third place, because that is actually losing points. I think that'll make it very difficult for Homotaku to make it into the semifinal. He doesn't get it here, doesn't get it moving to second. Yeah, I kind of thought that Miku would get a lower placement, but refuses to get a lower placement in any single game. Oh, that was an excellent draw for Homotaku though. That's that 2-mon, or when I saying 2-pin, has the 1-2-3, 1-2-3. It's actually one away from being able to go into Tenpai on a Sanshoku. So what do we got here? The 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is a very nice looking hand here. Maybe Homotaku will manage to steal second place back. And that doesn't really hurt as long as he doesn't hit Percoid with it. That doesn't harm Percoid at all. We'll just see. That we may end up with both of them making it into the semifinals. I'll have to update the scores after this is over and what the final scores look like. They're both sort of on the edge of being able to make it into semifinals or not. So any kind of positive score really helps them out. Makes it a lot more likely, but it's really hard to say what will happen. Even if they get like a positive 10 score, that doesn't necessarily guarantee it. And even if they get a minus 20, that doesn't necessarily put them out. Although I think anything below like minus 19 or something is very unlikely at this point. But minus 10, for example, I think is very, very doable as a score that will get you into semifinals.
Don.
Oh, and Homotaku didn't get that second back though. But so basically, Homotaku ending in third there with starting score makes it basically a minus 5. So I think Percoid is doing well here. I think Percoid is looking good for semifinals. I think gonna have to upgrade those or update those scores and see what the result is. So yeah, everybody watching, everybody for getting in the games. Everybody had fun. I hope nobody feels bad or anything. Because really, like, there's a huge amount of luck involved in these tournament games. And it's like when you're playing ranked, sometimes you'll win. Sometimes you'll look at your past 10 games, you'll have gotten first in 6 of them. And now that's just luck. Like sometimes you'll get 60% wins, sometimes you'll get absolutely no wins. So yeah, you can't take the results too seriously. It's more to challenge yourself, I think. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'll end it here, and we may do another stream tomorrow for the last group. But I'll be playing in that one, so maybe I'll just stream from my perspective. So So long.